It's the night of August 26th, 2023, and at a Russian air base hundreds of kilometers from the Ukrainian border, air defense crews are watching their radar for anything that looks like a threat. Nothing shows up. No missile trail. No obvious aircraft signature. And yet, within minutes, Su-30 fighter jets and a MiG-29 are on fire, along with an S-300 air defense radar and 2 Pantsir missile systems, some of the most expensive military hardware Russia owns, destroyed in a single night, deep inside territory that was supposed to be safe. The weapon that did it wasn't a missile. It wasn't a stealth bomber. It was a swarm of small aircraft built almost entirely out of wax cardboard, snapped together by hand from a flat-pack box, that together probably cost less than a single one of the jets they just destroyed. This is the story of how a drone that looks like a school science project became one of the most quietly devastating weapons of the war in Ukraine, and why one of the most respected militaries on Earth is now paying very close attention to something you could, in theory, assemble on your kitchen table. The aircraft is called the Corvo PPDS, short for Precision Payload Delivery System, and it wasn't even built with any of this in mind. It was designed by a small Australian company called SYPAQ Systems, based out of Melbourne, originally as a low-cost way to move supplies and gather reconnaissance in places normal logistics couldn't reach. Nobody set out to build a weapon. They set out to build something cheap, disposable, and dead simple to produce at scale, and that turned out to be exactly what a grinding, attritional war actually needed. Here's what makes it genuinely strange to look at next to a conventional military aircraft. The airframe is made from wax foam core, a lightweight, waterproof material that behaves a lot like heavy-duty cardboard, which is exactly why the nickname stuck the moment soldiers started unpacking it. It ships flat, several units stacked in a single box, and gets assembled by hand in the field using nothing more sophisticated than the kind of skills you'd use putting together flat-pack furniture. No machine shop, no specialized tools, no engineering degree required. Once it's snapped together and the small electric motor and control system are loaded in, it's ready to fly. And it can genuinely fly. The Corvo has a range of up to 120 kilometers, can carry a payload of roughly 3 kilograms, launches from a simple catapult. And this is the part that sounds almost like science fiction. It doesn't need a pilot at any point in that journey. It's guided by an onboard system that requires no manual control once it's airborne, meaning a single soldier with minimal training can launch it and let it fly its route completely on its own. Now let's talk about the number that actually explains why this thing matters. Depending on the configuration, a single Corvo costs somewhere between roughly $600 and $3,300. Compare that to a conventional military-grade reconnaissance drone, which can run anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000, or a fighter jet like the ones destroyed at that Russian airbase, worth tens of millions apiece. SYPAQ has been manufacturing these things at a rate of around 100 units a month specifically to keep up with Ukrainian demand, meaning an entire squadron's worth of aircraft can be produced for less than the cost of replacing a single damaged missile system. That price gap changes everything about how you're willing to use an aircraft. Nobody hesitates to send a $3,000 drone into contested airspace, because losing it isn't a tragedy, it's a rounding error. Ukrainian forces quickly figured out that a machine originally designed to quietly deliver supplies could just as easily deliver something else entirely, repurposing the PPDS to carry small explosive payloads and fly it directly into a target as a makeshift kamikaze weapon, which is exactly the tactic behind that August 2023 strike on the Kursk Vostochny Air Base. There's also a strange defensive bonus buried in the material choice, almost by accident. Foam core doesn't reflect radar the way metal does, and because so much of the airframe is lightweight, non-metallic material, it can be genuinely difficult for conventional radar systems, built to hunt for the kind of hard, reflective signatures a real aircraft gives off, to pick it up at all. It's not designed as a stealth aircraft in the way a multi-billion-dollar bomber program is. It's stealthy almost by coincidence, because it simply doesn't look like a threat to a sensor built to find something else entirely. And it's more durable than the cardboard plane nickname makes it sound. Individual units have reportedly survived more than 20 flights, with some managing as many as 60, the wax material shrugging off moisture and weather far better than you'd expect from something that started life as a flat sheet in a shipping box. This isn't a toy that falls apart after one use. It's a genuinely reusable aircraft that also happens to be cheap enough to throw away without a second thought when a mission calls for it. The success of the program hasn't gone unnoticed outside Ukraine either. Reports have pointed to interest from other militaries and government agencies exploring cheap flat-pack drones for their own reconnaissance and testing needs, and SYPAQ has since unveiled a heavier lift version of the design, capable of carrying double the original payload. What started as a scrappy wartime improvisation is quietly becoming a template, proof that an entire category of military aircraft can be built around the assumption that some percentage of them simply won't come back. And that's completely fine because none of them cost enough to matter individually. Zoom out, and this fits into exactly the same pattern reshaping this entire war. Iran's Shahid drones proved a cheap, mass-produced flying bomb could exhaust the defenses of a far wealthier opponent just by being numerous. Ukraine's naval drones prove the same logic works on water, pushing a real navy out of its own home port using boats a fraction of the cost of the ships they hunted. Now the same underlying idea has shown up in the sky wearing an almost comically humble disguise. An aircraft made from the same basic material as a shipping box, snapped together on a folding table, that took out fighter jets worth more than every Corvo drone SYPAQ has ever built combined. It leaves every major military on Earth with an uncomfortable question. For decades, the entire logic of air power has been built around fewer, more expensive, more exquisitely engineered aircraft, protected at all costs because losing even one is treated as a catastrophe. This strange little cardboard aircraft is a working demonstration of the opposite philosophy. And on at least one night in August 2023, over a Russian airbase that was supposed to be untouchable, the opposite philosophy won.